How is it going, everybody? Welcome to another Movie Hooker video. I'm Gary from Movie Hooker, and today I want to take you through some Fantasia International Film Festival picks. I'm sure you're all aware now at this stage that Movie Hooker is going to be covering Fantasia, and I thought I'd do a little bit of a Fantasia special because I do consider this film festival to be among the best in the world, if not the best in the world, for bringing us the genre cinema. A lot of these movies I have already talked about, and so now it's just fantastic that I get to delve into them deeper, even more now, and hopefully cover some of these as well once the remote streaming library comes on. So I'm just going to go to my phone here, and as usual, I'm not very well prepared. But I have been very, very busy now on the website, and there's a lot of content there if you want to go and check it out on moviehooker.com because there's a lot. There's a lot. I've been publishing a lot. So let me see, where are we here now? So I'll go through the most recent list that I wrote. So what I have been doing, and I probably bit off more than I can chew, is going through all the feature films and going from A to Z and picking my fucking favorite films. And then I got to like halfway through going, what am I doing? I was only required to write about five movies. And, you know, now I think I've written about 50 movies, to be honest, and I haven't finished yet. So, yes, I'm sorry, I'm just getting sidetracked here. Right, so my this is part four of my Fantasia Festival top picks, and I think um this covers P to S in the alphabet. So the first one that I want to talk about is a horror. Or no, well, let's say it's a fantasy comedy, and it is called The Paragon, and it is from New Zealand, and it sounds like a comedy, but apparently it's a comedy, and it's got the right amount of seriousness as well in it. So there's a serious tone as well as a comedic tone to it, and it is about this guy who is knocked down by, I'm going to say, a boy racer. He's driving like a little Toyota Corolla, and he is knocked down, and he is left paralyzed, and he loses everything. Obviously, him being paralyzed, he hates his life. He loses everybody close to him, including his girlfriend or his wife. I'm not too sure. But the only thing that's keeping this guy alive is the thought of getting revenge against the guy who knocked him down in a Toyota Corolla. But he has no idea. Fucking phone. He's no idea. I have to put that in silent, actually. He has no idea who this guy is or how to get him, so he comes up with this genius plan to become a psychic. So he, it sounds brilliant. He wants to become a psychic and locate this guy through some sort of telekinetic ability. I think it's called telelocation, is the word that they used. And so, yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun. It's called The Paragon, and I'm looking forward to covering that more. So let me see. Next up, oh, I think it's called Parvulos. Now, there's a lot of movies playing at Fantasia Film Festival that I am really looking forward to, but this is definitely up there with like my most anticipated. This is the new Mexican horror movie from um, uh, Isaac Esban, you call this guy. Could be pronouncing that wrong. I don't know a lot about the story, but it is a post apocalyptic story. It's meant to be harrowing. The stills that I've seen are very disturbing. The poster is amazing. And it is about three young kids who live in a cabin in the woods, and they are harboring, hiding a deep secret in their basement. And I think this secret in their basement is the cause of whatever apocalyptic whatever apocalypse the world faces. I think these kids started off, and it's a coming of age horror story, and it does look very, very grim. That's all I really, really know about it. But as I said, I've seen the stills of it, and the stills look fucking grim. So that's called Parvulos, I think. Okay, next up we have a Japanese movie. This is called Penalty. Fuck. Penalty Loop. This is a new Japanese film, sort of in the same style as Groundhog Day. I guess it's like Groundhog Day with murder, um, revenge, and murder on repeat. And this follows um, some guy called John, uh, who wants to get a murderer who murdered his girlfriend. So he comes up with the best plan and he goes through with the plan. But he wakes up the next day, he goes back to work, and he notices the guy that he killed the previous day is there again. So he has to repeat everything. I'm not too sure why or how many times he has to repeat, but it just sounds like, you know, that sort of time loop concept has been taken a little step further. And of course, it's the Japanese. Yeah, you gotta love the Japanese. So that's called Penalty Loop. I got it right that time. Next up is another Mexican movie, and this is oh dear, Hero Bustamante. I'm not too sure. I'm probably butchering that there, but he was the person who gave us the Mexican horror movie La Llorona. So this is his new film. This is also, and what I know about this is it's set in an all girls correctional facility. It follows some girl called Rita who comes in, and apparently the girls in this correctional facility think that Rita is or could be a prophecy, and this prophecy is going to get the girls out of this correctional facility, and um, at the same time, let the world know about how these girls are being treated. That's all I know about it, but I do also, well, I know a little bit more. I think it's also based on a true story that happened in Guatemala, where I think it's 41 young women were killed in an orphanage in a fire, and that sounds absolutely horrific, you know. So RIP to all those. This is being compared to the visual style of um, the early works of Guillermo del Toro. So that's another thing to be looking forward to. The visual style. So that's called Rita, and it's from the director of La Llorona. Next up, okay, the Roundup Punishment. The Roundup, I'm sure you know what they are. They're South. It's like basically a South Korean franchise now. Can't remember how many movies there is, like three or four. And they star Ma Dong Suk, who is best known in South Korean. Well, best known within the South Korean fan base as the dude from Train to Busan, which really shot him into the spotlight. Now he's one of the biggest names in Korea. He was recently in Badland Hunters, which is on Netflix, and the review is on moviehooker.com as well, so you can check that out. This one, he teams up, he's a cop, badass detective, serious bitch slap on him. If he connects with you, you are going down. And I love, like, he does punch people, but I love when he just gives people just big bitch slaps. And this time he teams up with cybercrime, and he goes after this illegal gambling outfit in South Korea. So you will guarantee that that's going to be a lot of fun. And that's called the Roundup Punishment. Next in my list is called, okay, A Samurai in Time. This is another Japanese movie, so Go On Japan. You are in the lead in this list. This is a comedy about an ancient samurai who is somehow transported into modern day Japan, but he's just not transported into modern day Japan. He arrives on the set of some period Japanese production, some TV show, and everybody's going, "Where did this guy come out of?" And all of a sudden, he starts using these samurai swords, and the production team are going, "This guy is amazing. Let's hire him for the series or the show, whatever." So that's what that's about. It doesn't sound like it's going to be grim. It sounds like a nice, maybe family friendly watch. I don't know. But that's called A Samurai in Time. Let's move on. Let's get back to the grim stuff. Right, this could be grim in a different sort of way. This one is called Scared Shitless, and it's about a germophobic son and father who is a plumber get called to this high-rise apartment building. But what they don't know, in this apartment building, there is there lives, sorry, a scientist, and this scientist has brought some of his work home, and this work is like some biohazard live specimen, ungodly, unearthly, tentacled creature, I think, and he brings it home. Of course, there's an explosion in the building, and that releases this live specimen, but it doesn't go anywhere. It goes into the plumbing systems. So that sounds grim, right? Because my mind goes crazy places there. Do you remember Ghoulies from the 80s where they sat in the toilet and the ghoulie came up and bit him? The wee bald green ghoulie with the braces came up and bit him on the arse. Or even worse, you know what I mean, lads. So imagine now tentacles, same situation, only someone sitting on the someone sitting on the jacks, and fucking tentacles start going. I'm not going to say where they're going to go, but this sounds fun. And what else is going to make this hugely fun, or even better, sorry, even more fun, is that the special effects and the prosthetics and all the creature design is done by Steven Kostanski. And if you do not know who Steven Kostanski is, he is the co-writer and co-director of The Void, and he also happens to be one of the leading makeup artists in the horror genre. The guy is like he's seriously talented, so expect amazing looking tentacles going up people's bums probably. So that's called Scared Shitless. Whew. Um, okay, so next up is one called Self Driver. This also sounds awesome. Um, this also sounds like it could get very, very dark. It also sounds like it could be very low budget, very experimental, and it is about a drive. It's about an office drone. There's my dog. Come on over and say hello, boo. You just came in, bursting through the door like the police. There now. Where's your battering ram? So, sorry about that. What was it talking? Yeah, Self Driver is about an office drone. I don't know what his name is, but he loses his job. And hold on one second, I'm going to shut this door. So back, yeah. So Self Driver is about an office drone who loses his job, and he's the bills are piling up, and he's left with no other choice. He takes a job as a rideshare driver, and yeah, still things are shit, and he can't make ends meet. Then he gets an opportunity for a mysterious job, and he calls the number. Excuse me, and he starts straight away. Now this job is um, it's cool. So what he has to do, it pays well. What he has to do is go pick up a passenger. He doesn't know who the passenger is. He's not allowed to ask who the passenger is. He is not allowed to communicate in any way with the passengers who he is taking. So he has to pick someone up. They have to go do what they gotta do, and then get back in the car. He has to take them somewhere else, and then he gets paid. He is not allowed to talk to them. He is not allowed to interact with anything. So I'm guessing that uh, these passengers like are going to be psychotic, and I think it's going to escalate into madness. I was trying to put it into like films there. If we remember, there's a Thai movie called 13 Beloved, and then we had the Collateral movie from I think 2004 with we check that 2004. What do you call him? Tom Cruise and Jamie Foxx, where the taxi driver drove. So a mix between sort of like 13 Beloved and Collateral. So like it sounds like a lot of fun. Oh my goodness. There you are. Where how did I do that? 2004, boom. Anyway, yeah, it sort of sounds like Collateral on crack or Collateral on meth, and it sounds like it could be all sort of shot with cameras inside the car, like dashboard cams and stuff, and I am all for that. I loved a movie called Spree that was out a couple of years ago. It was awesome. Anyway, let's move on from that. That is called Self Driver. I think we are getting to the end of this list. Now, I'm sorry if you can hear my chair squeaking. Okay, so next, Self Driver. Next up is Shelby Oaks. This is a special sort of horror movie, and I'm really really looking forward to seeing it. Mainly because the guy who directed it and wrote it is called Chris Stuckman, and he is a dude who used to talk about movies on YouTube and stuff, and now he's making horror movies. So I've nothing but complete respect, and I just wish this dude all the best, and I hope it's really really good. Um, I'm not really familiar with a lot of Stuckman's work or anything, or his reviews. I always thought it was quite like superheroes and stuff, so maybe I was wrong and I should go and listen to a lot of his content. Anyway, I'm going to be checking out Shelby Oaks. Then I am going to be the reviewer, Mr. Stuckman. The tables have turned. Um, Only joking. So what is this one about? This one is called, yeah, there's not really, I think this is another found footage one, and this is about a sister who agrees to let a documentary crew come and let her, or come and film her while she goes and looks for her missing sister, who went missing in a place near Shelby Oaks in Ohio. And that's all I want to do. That's all I want to say about that, really. It's the world premiere, and also, as I said, a directorial debut from movie reviewer Chris Stuckman. So, guys, that is it for some Fantasia picks. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and you haven't already, subscribe or follow and all that. Thank you very much. Word up.